this video, I'm going to show you how to do the blanket stitch. The blanket stitch is a great embroidery stitch for edging an applique shape or outlining any sort of shape or edge of fabric. So let's get started and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to start with my needle that's threaded with embroidery floss, and I'm going to come up next to my applique through the backing fabric. So I've come up right along this edge and I'm going to follow this edge of the applique with the blanket stitching. So the first stitch you're going to take is into the edge of the applique fabric and then up right next to the edge in the background fabric. And then you're going to want to make sure that your tail of your floss goes under the tip of the needle. And then when you pull it, you'll see that you're catching that loop. And then your next stitch will be about 1/4 inch away, and you'll go in the applique and then up next to the applique's edge, keeping that floss underneath the needle, and pull it through. And it's really a great stitch for holding down the edge of the applique and then also kind of outlining it. And you just keep stitching along the edge. And then when you want to stop, you can just stitch straight down next to that last bar and pull it through. And then I like to just take an extra little stitch on the back and pull it through my loop to knot it off. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to do the blanket stitch on the edge of the fabric, because you're just kind of going off the edge and you don't have another background fabric there. It's a little bit tricky to get started. So I'll show you how to do that. So I've got another piece of floss here, threaded, and what I'm going to do is come up in the corner with my floss, and so I want my first bar to be here, but if I start stitching, I won't get that bar and then the edging. So what I need to do for starters is come back and come up right next to that hole. And there I've got my first bar. But if I go forward to stitch, that's not going to work either. So what you need to do is take another little, I'm not actually taking a stitch here, I'm just going through that loop of the bar. And that just kind of anchors my first stitch there. So when I go to do my next stitch, the tail will follow the edge of the fabric. So then I'll stitch in and then come out right below, and you see when you pull that loop, it follows the edge of the fabric. So we'll do another one. And I'm making sure that my floss is under the edge of the needle. And then we can just continue along. And that's how you do the blanket stitch on the edge of the fabric.